we're gonna make some grass grow. Those cows, hold on a minute, that wasn't very professional, was it? Those cows there, I want them in that field there. How do you stop the cows running off when going through the middle field, you ask? I don't know. There's no answer. Let's see how it goes. This little field in the corner did have sheep in. As you can see, it's all gone to seed. It's given up. It's not having any of it. It's stopped growing essentially. Mighty cute little flowers in though. Look at this little legend. Adorable. Yeah, that's what it is. Took some cows in to graze it off. But yeah, I just need to get them to somehow come from that field over there, round here, in here, without causing too much mayhem. Could be pretty interesting. Mushrooms are out, can I just tell you? The mushrooms are out. I'll find you some in a second. Amazing. Anyone local want mushrooms? Come and see me. Hello, you can just have them. Need an army with mushrooms. Quite see, but we have like this field rig and furrow. And I had a really interesting conversation on Twitter the other night about regenerative farming and how often we plough things out. We are terrible farmers. I mean, we plough so often. Shrooms! Do you get cows to come to you? I hear you ask. Well, you sing to them. And mine have a particular liking for Celine Dion. Drove on night to get into you. Dun 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 dun. Is that alright? They love it. Right, is everybody here? Is everybody here? All present and correct. Come on. Myra, don't let down the side. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sorry, I drove on that. La la la. Do 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 do. Is that alright? I drove on that. Told ya. It is the key to good animal husbandry. Absolute Sods Law that you put a new fence up and then there comes a storm, literally last night, with lightning and thunder and all sorts. Oh my God. You could not make this up. How annoying. How annoying. This could have happened at any time in the past, 10 years. No, it happens when you put a new fence up. Firewood though, free firewood. I mean, this is quite a big loggy branch, this is. Just waiting for all the calves to come in. I'm not chasing them about, there's no point, it's too hot. Let's rephrase that. Stubby Boobs over there hasn't calved yet. There she is. She's very jelly-like though. Will be imminent. I said that last night, but let's go for today instead. All calves are in. I will exit the field and we can get some slurry and fertiliser in there and get some grass growing. Put the first filler on. We don't actually use this an awful lot because we've been getting Carl to put our fur on just because it's more accurate. When we're just 2 bags of nitrogen to put on a square field, surely to Christ we cannot do that wrong.
I get the settings to alter it.
Right, just switch the airline on. Apparently I'm lighter than him, so I have to get in the back and clean it out. I'm not sure whether that's a thing or whether he's just made that up. Wow, though, I need a drink. ignore the compressor's still going. It's got a hole in it, and when you turn it off, it does that. Anywho, back in the day, and I mean back in the day at the garage, we used to laminate instructions like this for things like the fert spreader. So this is nitrogen, as you can see at the top, and it tells us what settings to put it on, tells you what revs to run at, high box, second gear, that sort of thing, 12 metre bouts. It's just dead handy. So it actually tells you here what settings to put these on. So this is on N, there, on 30, which is actually already on, to be fair. 0.1, which is there. Screw that up. So that changes the size of the holes, I think. I presume it does anyway, that's what I always thought. Someone might correct me. But just because nitrogen, I'll show you, it's so tiny. It's like this compared to the other fertilizers that we use. Like, I don't know, what did we use? It's 2555, something like that. And that was a lot bigger. There was little like rocks in it, that kind of thing, potash and stuff like that. Anyway, the nitrogen is just like tiny little white balls. So yeah, we'll change both of them. That'll change like the speed that it comes out at. Because if it had massive holes, it would just kind of like fall out on the floor, and that would be pointless. See, it's seen better days, and it's fairly aged now. So we want to be on N there, and then we want to be, oops, I did not mean to do that. We'll change that around there to 1, and just make sure they're both in front and back, like so. Perfect. You non-farmers, basically what happens is you fill this hopper essentially up with fertiliser, and it drops down in here, and then these things, when you turn the PTO on, spin like hell and just throw it out. Hence why it's important what speed you're going at, what revs you've got it on. So yeah, sorted. We'll fill it up. Rose pricing a bench grinder. I'd love a bench grinder. Like your dad's, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, they're not dear at all. I'm sure I found one for like literally like 30, 40 quid. Just use your dad's. Might be an idea. Like shine door handles and stuff. Rusty things. More sharpening knives, I was thinking more like finding old fire pokers and hedges and shining them up. We have different ideas. That little fert spreader, although they're probably it's really bright. Although they're probably fair expensive still now, it's nothing compared to what Carl's is. So Carl's has got like a reverse thing on it. Although it annoys him that he has to get out and do it, at least it has it. You kind of push a little lever in and it reverses it, so you don't spray it all in the dyke backs. That doesn't have anything like that. It's very basic. How much did it cost?
3.
3. That was a 3. A long time ago. The one before that was absolutely hilarious. It was like a piece of rust. Someone bought it though, on wheels. And it used to have like I think it was like chain driven. It's like a chain at the side of it, and that's how it worked. It was pretty cool actually. Just rather not shiny or painted. Really put you somewhere so you can see what we're doing. And hope you don't fall off. Is that okay? Obviously best practice to go nowhere near it when it's moving. You don't want one of them on your head, do you? Hello? Look, just don't look at him. Pretend he's not there. I didn't know Farmer P had his own brand of fertilisers. So he must be a very wealthy man. Don't look at him, he's not here. Don't look at him. Fine. Ew, just got covered in it. I'll put in a little clip it if I can find it. Might be poor quality because I might have to get it back off YouTube. Of the size of the last fertiliser that we had. Now, bear in mind, I'm not sticking my hands in this. I'm just showing you because I can. That is, and I'll try and find the video, the difference in size and why we've had to change the settings underneath because it is that small. So basically, this is the stuff that's not right good for our image. This is making grass grow. That's it. It's not putting anything back into ground. There's no as P's and K's as they call them. So there's no phosphorus, there's no potash, there's nothing like that at all. It literally is just pure nitrogen and it's designed just to make grass grow. But before you all go, oh my God, you're so bad for the environment. Last year when fertiliser prices were absolutely through the roof because of the whole war in Ukraine thing, we just put straight nitrogen on throughout. We spent the same amount of, we put the same quantity of fertiliser on regardless of the cost. People that we know put the same monetary value of fertiliser on, which obviously meant that they were putting a lot less fertiliser on. But it was just this stuff, which is just, it's not particularly good for your land, but it does make the grass grow. So this year, what we did, we ordered it in bulk and we ordered 2555, which is a different thing to this altogether. It's got, I should be able to tell you, but I can't. You know, someone who'd know better than me. It's got phosphorus, potash. I'll find out and I'll write at the bottom of the video because I just honestly can't remember. Anyway, it puts things back into the land. Teamed that with fertiliser prices coming down, I think you could probably buy it now, this second, for £100 a tonne cheaper, but you can never get it right with things like fertiliser. Bear in mind, we also put a lot of rough muck on. We have rough muck sheds a lot at Chapel Hill. Obviously, you've seen them all. And then there's only this cubicle shed here that isn't rough muck and goes into slurry. All the rest are rough muck. So we put a lot back into the land. It's not like we're some big intensive dairy unit that just has slurry and that is it. But yeah, that's what we're on with. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're using what we're using. So we're just hoping that the bags of fertiliser that make the grass grow will be cheaper than a bag of feed, because that is how it's going. So yeah, making that grass grow will be cheaper in the long run, feeding the cows, than feeding the calves through the creep. The feed will be more expensive when you work it out in the long run. I was really serious. Normal service will resume shortly when I do something stupid. I need to wash my hands because I've just... Don't put them in your mouth, it's dead tangy, I can tell you from experience. I'll stand out of the way because I want to be nowhere near. So this just obviously has had cows on, needs to pep up. Hear it come out when he sets it off, it'll just go and you'll hear all the little beads coming out. There you go. Needs to be a bit faster maybe. Yeah, that's better. The rooms have started. Oh, that is a joy. Yes. Look, it was a really dirty field and it didn't grow anything, so we ploughed it out last year. I am not doing anything for our credibility right now, am I? True story though, I'm not gonna lie to you. Ploughed it out. I showed us doing it. It was amazing for mushrooms. I'm just hoping that it still will be amazing for mushrooms this year. Look, I've just found a baby oak tree in the middle of the field, growing. It's so cute. Some good shrooms next door.
But I wouldn't like to do
Aviation update!